It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and today we've got a beer that was kindly sent to us by draftproducts.com. Check these guys out. There's an offer here for you as well. So draft 5 off gets you 5% off in your next order. And there's the website there, draftproducts.com. Check them out, fantastic company. We get sent, well, I'd say over the summer, over the last 3 or 4 months, we've been sent about 3 different kegs from this company, and they've all been fantastic, really, really fantastic. So I'm quite excited then to bring you this 8% ABV blonde beer from Brasserie De Lorraine. This is called Loroyse. It's the blonde, 8% ABV. I'm going to show you how to open it now. So number one is to turn this. We'll do as much as we can freehand. Just want to show you close up. So you turn this around from 0 to number 1. And all of their kegs as well are always really well behaved. You never have a problem. Years ago, these things would be foaming out the top and it'd be issues and it'd be blah, 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 problems. But no, not this time. Triple fermented. So what you do now is that you just pull out the... Oh, I'm doing it one-handed. Blimey. Yeah, we got it. The next bit is going to be difficult. So it's basically you just push that forward and the beer comes out now. If you're not going to drink it all in one sitting, turn that back around to 0 and that'll save your carbonation in your keg. So here we go then. Check we're in. So pull your keg forward, 45-degree angle. Well, you just lower the tap with your hand. And there we go. Voila. 1 to 2 finger ivory coloured head. Slow moving carbonation. Again. Now I've got perfect drafts, blades. I've got this rather fancy igulu machine as well, which is currently fermenting a beer. You've probably not seen that. Well, you might have done, but in a previous video, just sitting there. But we're fermenting out a Bavarian wheat at the moment. It's going to take another 8 days. But the point with the other machines, certainly the Philips Perfect Draft and the Blade, is that so many times you put your first keg in, and these are 200, 300, 400 pound machines. You put your first keg in, you pour your first beer, and it's a glass of froth. And you're like, ooh, you're scratching your head because you're like, why have I paid all this money for a glass of froth? With these kegs from Draft Products, they just work. There's a perfect glass of beer, first time round. So beer in the glass, a little bit of carbonation as you rock the beer back and forth. It's a dark amber colour, nice and hazy. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, lots going on here. I will say though, being called a blonde, I will say it's a little bit dark for a blonde. That's one thing I will say. Maybe the beer's oxidized a little bit. You don't get that in the aroma though. You're getting like mixed fruit jam with a bit of bitterness on the back end that's coming through as a bit of kind of like white pepper. Traditional French hops with lots of traditional French malts. It smells fantastic. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh. Wow. Oh, and there's the bitterness. There's that lovely rolling bitterness on the back end. That is so drinkable. I was very tempted then to use a very lazy word to kind of cover everything. And that lazy word I was tempted to use was smooth. It is incredibly smooth. I'm just going to say it because that was the first word that popped into my head. I've had the beer out of the fridge now about 20 minutes, so for a 5 litre mini keg, it's had time to warm up a bit. But it's still cool. It's still cold enough to be really refreshing, but you're pulling flavours, you're pulling that light, airy, wafery, light biscuit malt flavour through. With a sweetness there. And then that sweetness that travels quite a bit on your palate gets swamped up a little bit by, there's a warmth, that 8% ABV, the beer sliding down the throat into the pit of the stomach. There's a little alcohol warmth there that is very, very nice. Very, very nice. I do like that. I will always admit that. It's something I kind of like about drinking strong beer. Is that alcohol warmth sliding down the throat into the pit of the stomach. Oh. And then from that sweetness, it travels nicely into a lovely bitter finish. It's not overly bitter, it's not hugely bitter because it's a blonde beer. It's definitely more sweet than it is bitter, but the bitterness is there just to balance things off a little bit. And it certainly does. It really does. It's a really good beer. I've had quite a lot of this brewery's beers. I've enjoyed the bottles back in the summertime of their beers, but this is like another level. This is, I can just imagine myself. I've not been to France. I went to Disneyland, but that doesn't count, does it? But I've not been to proper parts of France. You know, I use the word proper there. You know, authentic parts of France, where there's a slower pace of life and they drink lots of good wine and lots of good beer and they eat lots of great food. But I've not done that for such a long time, and drinking beers like this makes me want to go to the south of France and to travel about a bit and to see a bit more of France and enjoy their beer, enjoy their culture, enjoy their food, enjoy the slower pace of life. This beer is phenomenal. It really is. It looks good, smells good. Tastes fantastic. really fantastic. I strongly recommend you at least have a look at draftproducts.com's website, and if you like the sound of this, or any of the walled house kegs that are on their website too, then wall house kegs are fantastic too. Check it out, have a look. But I'm going to rate this. I like this beer enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom, cheers.